Chapter 7. Jess has heard many various complaints from the other kids at school about their jobs, like annoying customers and difficult tasks. Emma volunteers at the fancy animal hospital downtown, and Bells works at his family's restaurant, so she hears about the difficulties pretty often. But she's come to enjoy working at Monroe Industries more than she expected. Jess likes organising things. Everything in her room has a system. Books are alphabetized and organised by genre. Even all the files on her DED are in intricately labelled folders, one after another. And it's interesting keeping up with what the mischiefs have been up to over the years, and seeing their side of all these squabbles with her parents. She likes talking to Em. It's easy. Em's got this dry wit that's really funny, and she's nice and shares Jess's taste in movies. They spend one afternoon filing and debating the triumphs of the recent Vindicated movie, an action series whose plot points dried up in the first sequel, there are many, but that still remains Jess's guilty pleasure. One afternoon, Jess finds a dusty box of plastic balls in various sizes and colours. She pulls out a purple one the size of a volleyball and drops it on the office floor. It bounces. Jess laughs, entertaining herself by bouncing it for a bit. Em walks into the office. "Heads up," Jess says, tossing the ball at her. "What?" Em brings her arms together, hitting it back. Jess shrieks and ducks away, and barely gets out of the way before the ball crashes into the wall and a pile of unopened boxes. She grabs the thing before it could do any more damage and puts it back in the box. What was that? Oh, the balls were for a prank. You know that hill up by the country club? We were going to toss them down. No, I mean the skills, Jess laughs. You play volleyball or something? Yeah, once or twice, Em says. Did you think... what? Never mind, Em says hastily, and steps forward to take the box. I'll go put these away. 20 minutes later, when she comes back from the warehouse level, she lingers in the doorway. Jess looks up to see the blank visor of Em's helmet staring right back at her. So, how are things with your... crush? Em asks. What? Jess fights the blush rising on her cheeks. I don't have a crush. The blank metal face of Em's suit stares back at her. Okay, fine, Jess admits, but don't tell her, okay? Please? I'm trying to get better at hanging out with her and not making a fool out of myself. Em makes a noise that could be a snort. I think you're doing fine. Just be yourself and all that, you know? Jess huffs. Well, I guess things are going well, I guess. We carpool from school to here, so I guess we're hanging out more. Riding together has become a normal thing. When Jess has work, she meets Abby at the tree by the parking lot, and they drive downtown together. Jess was trying to figure out how to hang out with Abby outside of work when Abby initiated it. Jess tells Em, I had lunch with Abby yesterday at school. It was... interesting? Not sure. It was really random. And it was. Abby just sat in the grass right next to Bells, said hey, and started eating her school lunch. Bells stared openly at Abby in her designer blouse and jeans. What are you doing? Bells said. Eating lunch. Hanging out, Abby said. Here, you like tater tots, right? She handed Jess the tray. The tater tots were fresh out the fryer. Thanks. Jess took the tray and shared confused looks with Emma and Bells. Her friends adjusted quickly and started a conversation with Abby. They shared a few AP classes with her. Abby spent the entire lunch period with them, and even helped Emma on an assignment she was finishing for 5th period. Bells pulled Jess aside. His eyes are light with amusement. Dude, when did you start dating Abby? What? We're not dating, Jess insisted. We, just work together, that's all. I guess we're friends now? That's why she felt like hanging out? Jess relates the story to Em, whose lights go green, which Jess now knows means she's amused. It's not funny, Jess says. I didn't laugh, Em replies, as the green lights continue to dance about the panel. It's cute. Your friends think you're dating the girl you like, that's all. Jess snorts. I wish. I don't know. Both of them had dated people before. It's really daunting, okay? I can't just ask Abby if she likes girls or not. What if she doesn't know? What if Yeah, it's too much risk. Em is silent. Jess chews on her lip and tugs her hair out of her ponytail. She fiddles with the elastic and reties her hair, looking at the floor. Why did she have to share so much? Sorry, it's a lot. I mean, it's not very professional, is it? Talking about your crushes at work. But technically you started it, so... You started it? Way to be professional, Jess. Em's visor panel blinks short bursts of blue light. It's fine, Well, if you like her so much, why don't you ask her out? Jess blushes. I can't do that. I mean, it's scary. But what if she likes you back? Em suggests. The lights in her panel flash blue and purple. That is highly unlikely. We never hung out before I started working here. I mean, I'm surprised she even knew my name. How would she know she liked me? Maybe she's just as nervous as you are. Nervous? Abby. Jess laughs weakly. She's the epitome of the word badass, okay? Like, Emma once told me she scared off the opposing volleyball team with just a look. The computer console on the other side of the room sparks, and Em makes a muffled noise that is bitten off by her electronic voice modulator. I'll go get the fire extinguisher, she says, in a slow, flat tone, and sets down her box. She leaves the room. Her suit whirs as she flies out. Em does have powers. Ms. Reinhardt is passing back essays when Abby sits in the seat next to Jess. There isn't an everyday seating chart, but everyone likes to sit at the same table at least. Hey! Abby puts her book bag on the table and smiles at Jess. Hi! Jess looks at the table where Abby usually sits with Carla and Kylie, who are on the volleyball team. Carla's boyfriend is sitting with them in Abby's place and flipping through The Awakening with a dull expression on his face. Oh man, that quiz in Cornwall's class was so hard. I'm not in AP Bio, Jess says, although she already heard about the killer quiz from Emma. Oh, I thought you were in the other period. Sorry. Alright, quiet down, Miss Reinhardt says to the class. This month we're going to be working on our collaborative writing efforts. Partner up. You have a short story due in 2 weeks. What do you say, partner? Abby says. Okay. On the outskirts of town, Abby's house is practically a mansion. It's modern and airy, all sleek steel and floor-to-ceiling glass windows. Jess holds her denim backpack tightly to her chest as she steps out of the car. She doesn't know where to look. The stunning home with its own solar panels glinting with the afternoon sun, the view of the canyons in the distance, the immaculate rock garden with its artfully arranged succulents. A garage door opens, and Jess turns around. Abby is waving at her as her Mercedes-Benz parks itself in the garage. The front door is open already. Jess hadn't seen her swipe her DED. No lock pad. Jess wants to look at the doorknob to see if there's an old-fashioned lock, but that would look absolutely ridiculous, especially for her first time at Abby's house. Come on in. You want a snack or anything? The living room is large and homey, with chairs, couches, and low tables in scale with the room. Hollows of a younger Abby and her parents decorate the walls. A round Mon robot rolls into the room, cheeping. Abby pets the Mon robot. Hey, Jax! Jess giggles. It's great to see her with her Mon robot. Abby quirks an eyebrow. I just love the name. It's so cute. Ah, well, I was really into nursery rhymes when I was a kid. Abby says, shrugging. And I built Jack's circuit board when I was 4 or 5, and at the time I had this phase where I just made everything plural and it stuck. It won't respond to anything else. I know they aren't pets, like the animals people kept before, but they're just so cute, and they have an AI, so they think, and I don't know. Some people think it's weird. Now, anything with an AI thinks for itself, and even if it's a different level of consciousness, that doesn't mean it doesn't appreciate that you care about it. Right, Jax? Jax chirps, rolling around in a circle. Jax, can you get me a lemon soda? Abby asks, then turns to Jess. Do you want anything? Sure, I'll have the same. Jess has never seen a personal Monrobot do anything other than clean. Although she knows fancy ones cook and do other tasks. But they have to be specifically programmed with the order. Maybe Jack's AI is really advanced? Hungry? Abby asks. Jess nods. School lunch is awful. Jack, start 2 grilled cheeses. Abby roots around in the pantry and pulls out a can of tomato soup. Oh, thanks, Jess says, watching Jack's work. It's fascinating to see the robot open the fridge, extend its little arms to take out the pitcher of lemonade and pour 2 cups. She pats Jack's as it sets down 2 glasses of lemonade, and it toots a bit in response before going back to the fridge for a package of cheese. Jack's is the newest Monrobot model? Jess asks. A panel in Jack's side opens to reveal another arm with a sharp blade which slices the cheese. He's a special one. My dad made him for me. He's the head of Monrobot design at Monroe Industries, and yes, that's how I got the job. That's not what I thought. I mean, you totally could have gotten any of those robotics internships. That's what you like to do, right? I mean, you're in robotics shop at school and all the AP classes. Abby shrugs. I think my dad didn't want me in that area and eventually just recommended me to work in the secret lab. So he didn't want you in the general robotics lab with the other employees, but felt comfortable with you working in Master Mischief's secret lab? They're friends. It's cool. I've known Mischief since I was a kid. It was the safest option. Jess turns to the sandwiches. The bread is a perfect golden brown. Abby heats the tomato soup. She dices fresh tomatoes and tosses them in the soup and then shakes in spices. Here you go. Abby ladles the soup into bowls as Jax plates the sandwiches.